It's Nolan. What's going on, y'all? It's the kid J Nolan here. Now, as y'all already know, Katt Williams has the internet ablaze. He's got everybody in a chokehold right now, and I did that on purpose. So we're going to be talking about Katt Williams until the wheels fall off, because it's not really that much entertaining news going on right now. People are trying to get their little viral clips going. They're failing their attempts right now. The spotlight is on Katt Williams. A lot of celebrities are also reacting to what Katt Williams talked about in this Club Shay Shannon Sharpe interview. We're going to go through some of it, not all of it, just the stuff that was relevant to me as it came across my desk. The first person I want to get into is Brandon T. Jackson, right? Because Katt Williams did speak on him in the interview. He talked about how he turned down Martin Lawrence with the whole Big Mama's House thing because he didn't want to put on a dress. Brandon T. Jackson ended up accepting that role to be the, 1A, 1B, or whatever you want to call it, the extra co-star in that movie. Brandon T. Jackson has done interviews talking about how much he regrets doing that. There's a resurfaced clip that's going around right now where Brandon T. Jackson actually says Katt Williams warned him about taking that role, told him not to wear the dress, told him that this is something that he should not do. He didn't speak to him directly, but Katt Williams did speak to him through the press, basically saying, hey, don't do it. It's going to ruin your career. At the time, Brandon T. was a young man, young actor, trying to make his way into the game. He was coming off a successful role with Lottery Ticket, and he said that there was a lot coming his way, and he felt like Hollywood was about to give him that rite of passage because a lot of people that came before him did those roles with the dress, and then their career elevated. He thought the same thing was going to happen for him. It turned out to be the total opposite. So we're going to play some audio of Brandon T. Jackson talking about that. Then we're going to get into the other people that were mentioned and just some other people that want to confirm what it is that Katt Williams is talking about. Some people that are pushing back. And then we'll go from there, all right?
You mentioned the dress. There's a big conversation about that. Did you get like slack when you wore the dress at that moment?
It was like, wasn't slack from people. Only Katt Williams. Katt Williams was trying to always say, Brandon, don't wear a dress.
He called you, or is this?
No, he was saying it in the media, so I thought he was heckling me. He was really trying to help me at the time. I didn't know that. I was immature.
Right.
I feel like, dang, why I'm trying to make it. Why you bashing me? And then he was trying to warn me, don't get in the dress. So the awakened Brandon, you couldn't pay him $1 trillion to get in the dress.
Yeah. Was there like how did they present that? Well, you knew right away you had to get in the dress.
I did the scene on Lottery Ticket.
Okay.
That scene on Lottery Ticket. After that, they were pushing his dress on me. It was something about that scene that touched a lot of people, and I think I was too real. I think they did the same thing like to Tupac. When you too real, they start looking at you like, hold on, how'd this slip past us? Who's this guy? You know what I mean? And then it's like, you know what? Yeah, he might be a kid. Just put him in a dress.
What do you think the dress is about? Is it to tone us down, to tone that realness down?
I think the dress, personally, is a thing that is not in our culture to do. And I think everybody will want to put their culture on us. And no, not to hate your culture or your God. Mm-hmm. If your God say you can put on a dress and your culture is normal for you, that you have the right as a human to choose that. But me, for my God and my culture, my ancient culture, we didn't do stuff like that.
Yeah. So
I was cursed by it. I believe it was a curse that went with that personally, because nothing went right since then. That's truthful. No one can tell me, hey man, you thinking too much, man. You sit down, man. Everything went wrong. Just like everything went right. Everything went wrong when I put on that dress. I'm telling you, I lived it.
Yeah. Is there any
even with Martin, things went wrong when he did it too, because Martin is very anointed. Martin is a very strong man. And Dave Chappelle said that too. He says things about that too. And if you look at Martin's Arsenio Hall interviews, you look at him now, something's changed.
Yeah, well, Martin, I noticed that too.
It's not a shot, but something's changed.
No, he definitely had like a lot of fire behind a lot of energy. He's got
similar to me.
He's gotten older, but I don't think he's gotten that old.
Eddie Murphy's old. He still has a fire to him too. I don't think it's an age thing. Yeah. I mean, my dad has a fire. He's almost.
You think maybe it was more the business that kind of it took so much out of him?
Honestly, I think it's a spiritual thing, but everyone has their own journey.
Mm-hmm. All right, we're gonna cut it there. So there is definitely this thing, right, where you don't really see this with white actors, white comedians so much. I mean, of course, we know Robin Williams did Miss Doubtfire or whatever, but outside of that, unless y'all know some iconic roles that white celebrities, white comedians played where they had to dress up as a woman, put on a fat suit, wear makeup. This is something that black comics have classically done in our face for the past, what, maybe 40 years, possibly, somewhere around there. And it doesn't matter who you choose, whether it's Brandon T. Jackson, Martin Lawrence, Jamie Foxx. There's footage of Dave Chappelle doing it, even though he vehemently denied at one point in his career once he actually was able to make the decisions he wanted to in Hollywood. In his early days of acting, he played some roles where they had him dress up as a woman. To me, at a certain point, you reach a certain level, you come through the gates, the gatekeepers open it up for you. And to me, I feel like this is their version of blackface. So they're not going to get you to play a traditional spook. We want you to emasculate yourself. We want you to put makeup on. We want you to put a fat suit on and a dress. And as you could see in all of these different forms, Tyler Perry, Madea, etc., they wear the most unflattering attire that you could possibly find. Big Mama's House, the goddamn old ass lady dress, wig looking fucked up. Yeah, there's an era of women that dress like that, but we're still portraying that same imagery today anytime you want somebody to look that part. We don't even got to go too far into it. So Katt Williams was definitely in the right about that, and he did right in his career not to go that route. Somebody else who's coming out confirming some things that Katt Williams has to say is Deon Cole, and he comes out and confirms just how generous Katt Williams has been over the course of his career without ever actually trying to, you know, receive praise or receive credit for doing it. He just literally has somebody go to the comedians when they do their set, drop off a bag, drop off some money, and the lady walks away. No intro, no outro, just, hey, you did a great job tonight. Boom. Here's some cash. Out. All right. Deon Cole confirms this. There's another white comedian that came out and confirmed it as well, which I'm going to get to in just a moment, but I'm going to let Deon speak.
Ask him, how much money has he given away? Just given away. I just ask him that. Just be like, how much money have you given away? If you're around him, if you're interviewing him, just ask him. Because it has to be insane. Katt is one of the most generous people that you ever gonna meet. And a lot of people don't know that. He don't get a lot of press and love for that. One of the most generous ever. He's had to have given away, I don't even know the number. It has to be crazy. Because there's a lot of people with stories about him giving money to. Case in point, I remember I was at the Comedy Store performing one night, got off stage, and this was like early on, before really a whole bunch of stuff was happening for me. I get off stage and everybody like, man, good set, good set, good set. So many people saying that. Some girl came and put something in my hand and said, good set, but I didn't see her. I just heard her, and she walked off. And I thought it was like a phone number in my hand. And when everybody walked away and stuff, I looked in my hand and it was $1,000. And then I looked out in the audience trying to find the girl, and I'm like, man, I can't remember her face, and I couldn't see her. And I was just like, who gave me $1,000? But anyway, I just was like, wow.
So here we have it. Deon Cole says early in his career, he was on stage, did a great set. He got a standing ovation. All these people clapping for him. He goes backstage. A mysterious woman comes up, drops something in his hand. He thought it was a phone number. It must have been a big ass phone number, my G. Looks down after she leaves. It's $1,000 in his hand, cold hard cash that he was not getting. A lot of people don't understand. The comedian game, the comedy game is very similar to the music game. When you're going to these clubs, these open mics, these improv places, some of these places intersect between music and comedy. It's unpaid work. And if you are getting paid after you develop some sort of audience that wants to come see you, it's not good money, right? $200, $250, $500 if you get to a certain point, $100 here and there, $75 depending on what your clout is within the ecosystem in your community. So for him to do a dope set, make $1,000 off of performing that night, I'm sure that went a huge, long way for Deon Cole early in his career, because that probably gave him the flexibility to go make some moves that he probably couldn't during that time period. So again, Is more receipts coming out that confirm Katt Williams is not capping in that Club Shay Shay interview, regardless of how controversial his takes are, regardless of how blunt he's speaking about other people. There's a lot of confirmation coming out. There is a flip side. Ludacris didn't really take too well to Katt Williams talking about him, about them being in an Illuminati meeting and them having to figure out who was going to be what in the Fast and Furious. And he says Luda went on to cut his hair, cut his sideburns, and become, you know, a regular in the Fast and Furious series, while Katt Williams declined to do so. So he never got to go on and proceed within that franchise. Luda drops a freestyle last night after the interview comes out to just try to defend his honor. It wasn't a scathing diss. It wasn't something disrespectful, but he just came out and wanted to speak his piece and I guess let it be known, whatever it is that you're talking about, I can't offer anything to the conversation. Wish you would have kept me out of it. Here's Luda.
Whatever's heavy on my heart is always on my mind. Like Snoop's cannabis shredder, I'm always on my grind. They throwing shade cause niggas could never take my shine. I bring my watch collection on my jet, let me take my time. Like fine wine, I'm aging like Benjamin. Top 5, I'm worth mentioning. Bring me rappers, I'm lynching them. See the pendulum swing, Jesus with diamond thorns. Ludacris, swaddled in Gucci linens when I was born. Never been Illuminati, only Illuminati. And I only left with bitches when coming from any party. Now I'm married with kids, the evolution of life. Never been a clout chaser, never say shit for likes. R.I.P. John Singleton. You never have to flex when you earn every one of your Fast and Furious checks. Afro with the sideburns, yeah, that's my signature. Addictions on the rise, comedians check your temperature.
All right, so he takes some of that on head on. Says never been an Illuminati, just a Ludonati. Says anytime he went to a party, he only left with women. So he's basically going and letting people know, if y'all think I was in them crazy parties messing with anything besides a woman, no. Okay. Talked about how the afro with the sideburns was his signature, which we all know that was true. The afro, cornrows, whichever, you know what I'm saying, variation of the two. Wasn't a hard diss. It wasn't something that was meant to be, you know, disrespectful or a back and forth that he's trying to go into, but just defending his honor, defending his name. It says comedians check your temperature, never say anything, you know, to get likes and whatnot. So he's like, I'm not trying to go viral. I'm just doing my job. I earned all of my Fast and Furious checks. I never did no funny shit to get here. I just showed up and did my job. Whatever happened with you, I don't know about it. All right. So not the best freestyle from Luda. It had some decent punchlines, but you know, in these moments when you come out and rap and you respond to people, Luda's one of my favorite rappers of all time. He's top 15, 25, somewhere in there for me. I haven't really sat down and evaluated that in a long time, but he's up there. So I don't want to disrespect Luda in any fashion, but you know, he was giving him some mid just to put it out there, and I'm sure his fans enjoyed it. This guy, Richie Redding, who, like I said, he's a fellow comedian. We don't really know him like that. I don't know him like that. He's a white guy. But he came out and said that Katt Williams also dropped a sack off pause to him. He says, years ago, I got a last minute call to open up for Katt in Philly. He wasn't there yet when I went on. It was one of the best sets of my life at that point, but I was bummed because he wasn't there to see it. On my way to the dressing room, a dude in a fur coat stepped out of the shadows and said, young man, that was absolutely stupendous. He shook my hand and with a wad of cash, which felt like way more than the show pay I was told. I played it cool and thanked him, but I really needed some money at that point. Turned out it was 5 times more. As he walked away, he said, I have you on the road, and that's my word. I got a call the next month and did 160 shows with him over the next 3 years, and it was all love. So what I'm saying is talk that shit, Katt. Richie Redding. Again, I don't know this guy from a can of paint. You know what I'm saying? But nonetheless, that's his truth. And they did 160 shows over the next 3 years afterwards. So Katt Williams, lives up to the legend. He puts people on, he puts money in people's pockets, and he doesn't do it for the clout, doesn't do it for recognition. He just feels it's the right thing to do, steps up to the plate. Now, someone else stepping up to the plate, like I said, is Trick Daddy. And he came out with some scathing words for Katt Williams, which I'm going to share with y'all right now.
Katt Williams, your little pussy ass get on a Sharpe show and just get in your little bitch ass feeling and get in ways and you say all type of shit you ain't supposed to say. See, there's a lot of shit about certain rap niggas I could say, but I know it's some shit that I shouldn't say, so I don't say it. You said some slick shit about me in one of your stand-up, you was being sarcastic saying that if Trick Daddy can own a restaurant, you can do anything. Look, well, nigga, you bull-gagging looking ass fuck, nigga. Keep my name out your mouth. I'm not no comedian. I'm a street nigga first, okay? Keep my name out your mouth, bitch ass nigga. Keep Ricky Smiley name out your mouth. Keep all OG's name out your mouth. If you don't like a person, you don't say it. I've told people that I didn't think you was funny. I ain't never said I didn't like you. And I'm glad I didn't never say I didn't like you, because by me not thinking you were funny, I actually saw you one day and I was laughing my ass off. I was crying laughing one day. Remember that little boy put you in the headlock? I was crying fucking laughing that day, nigga. Listen, man, stop talking about other niggas to be relevant in the game, the trend. Cause you was trending today, and I'ma be trending tomorrow on your bitch ass. And I'm with whatever you with, nigga. And every nigga, every comedian, everybody who you told a story got more money than me and you. You on my level, bitch ass nigga. Ha ha. The joke on you, bitch ass nigga. You ain't funny. You a fucking joke. Stop making fun of other niggas. Black folk, we have to stop belittling our brothers and sisters to get a platform, to get shares, to get likes, to get views, to trend. We have to stop.
All right, so that's Trick Daddy Dollars with what he had to say. Number one, I was so disappointed that this nigga was traveling on camera without his seatbelt on. Goddamn car beeping and shit, man. Can't even listen to the message behind your words because your car goddamn beeping all day. Then you go on to say, keep my motherfucking name out your mouth because he used you in a stand-up bit. Do you understand how many rappers, singers, comedians, actors, politicians, etc. have been made fun of in stand-up comedy? That's literally the nature of stand-up comedy, is to take pieces and portions of real world shit that people know about, probably had a thought about, but just like let it go, or maybe they talk about amongst their friends in barbershops. They bring it to the stage, speak the voice of the people, put their twist on it. That's the whole point of comedy. If that wasn't the point of comedy, nobody would do it. So number one, you shouldn't have been offended. Get out your feelings, especially if it was just about you having a restaurant. Like, yes, we understand that you're passionate about cooking. They say that your food is excellent and that you're actually qualified to do it. All right, bet. That's what's up. But based on the perception of who Trick Daddy is, based on this perception of what Trick Daddy looks like, hey, I hate to say it, but if I were to walk into a restaurant and seeing you in the kitchen, I might think twice about eating there. You know what I'm saying? Just by you know what I mean? I don't mean to say that in a mean way or disrespectful way. We're just going off of public perception and reality. They say your food is the shit. I'm going to take their word for it. Now, you called him a bull daggett, fuck nigga. Hey, if that's your opinion of him, I ain't got nothing to do with that. But for you to say keep people's name out his mouth, ain't you the same dude that tried to call out Rick Ross? Ain't you the same dude tried to call out DJ Khaled a couple years ago? Ain't you the same dude that did stuff like that when you was disgruntled with people that you had worked with, or, you know what I'm saying, you felt like you put them on in the past? You do understand Katt Williams is only talking about people that he had some sort of personal relationship, did shows with, had conversations with in some capacity, you know what I'm saying, or dealt with in some capacity. We do understand that these people have had public discourse back and forths. He's not just coming out of nowhere pulling shit out his ass to get trending. He's responding to years worth of commentary, years worth of shit going on behind the scenes and things of that nature, to which his name has been smeared. You might have been better off sitting this one out. Definitely not coming on camera looking dusty. All right, to say that you and Katt Williams are in the same bracket financially, I think that's a little bit, I don't know, man. Trick Daddy, are you still touring? Because Katt Williams is. Katt Williams got a special with Netflix. We ain't talking about a special that was on Tubi and it just got picked up by Netflix on the licensing. He has a contract with Netflix. He said it's worth 8 figures, minimum $10 million, and they're going to keep running them bitches up. I don't think y'all in the same bracket. It's not really about the finances, but it's something that you brought up. I think you might want to sit this one out. Keep your do-rag tight, but you might want to loosen it up for this one. Now, we also have Tiffany Haddish, who's not too fond about what was said about her. And she comes back and says, I'm not mad. I just wish he would get his facts right about me. Dang, I guess I will send him a reminder text. But are we sure that it's Katt Williams? He looks a lot like Charleston White. To this, a lot of people said, this is exactly why Katt Williams said what the fuck he said about you. This shit was not funny. And I ain't gonna lie, the more I look at Katt, you know what I'm saying, I see a little bit of resemblance to him and Charleston White. It ain't all that different, you know what I mean? But it wasn't funny. And to be honest, you have definitely developed a reputation in the industry as being the most unfunny comedian anybody could possibly find. You know, Kevin Hart, there's so many people that have gone up to bat for you. Netflix has definitely kept you occupied. All these different projects. Ain't nobody mad at you, you know what I'm saying? But when you talk about the comedy game, when you talk about people being funny, and you talk about people that put their life on the line and really lived it and actually excelled in their community with comedy, yeah, you can't really put your name in that same sentence. A lot of people are still trying to wonder if you are actually a comedian or if you're just a regular actress that does comedic roles, because nothing you do gets a belly laugh out of anybody. At most a chuckle. Like, goddamn, this is painful to watch. Y'all let me know. Am I tripping? Because the people say, how are you 0% funny on everything? And I was like, huh. You right when you're right, my nigga. Let me know what y'all think of all this down below in the comments. Do you think that Katt Williams was in the right with this interview? Have you gone and actually checked out the entire 2 hours and 45 minutes or whatever it is to get full context? Or are you still shooting off the hip with your commentary? You know what I mean? Because I actually went back and watched the whole thing, like I said last night, and I couldn't find myself disagreeing with him in too many spaces. I understand where he's coming from. And sometimes all it takes is a little bit of understanding. And I'm sure by the time he does his Netflix special, he's going to have a whole lot more ammunition in the tank by the time that drops. Again, let me know what y'all think. Much love and respect, y'all. Stay safe out there. I will see y'all on the next video. Hopefully we can move forward beyond just the Katt Williams conversation. But to start off the year, this is the most exciting conversation. Everybody else is trying and failing. All right?
King of my city and cul-de-sac. Coming, I swinging like soldier rags. Leading my people like quarterback. Boy, I study this shit, I'm an almanac. Had to get up and grind. Knowledge is booming, I'm here to apply. Came with the chip and the dip, it just single the mind. We finna do more than survive. I need my check. Spinning the block for the Gouda. We hitting the jeweler to flood out the net. We don't do beef for computers, I'm straight out the sewer. We come when you rest. Niggas be looking perplexed, so keeping my foot on their neck. No map, I trust my gut for the quest. With drama, I'm fully abreast. I was ready for years and they doubted me. All of a sudden they tell me they proud of me. I been dropping these haters like calories. Cross them out, I came back with some boundaries. Stand for my honor, but too raw, no corner. Packing the stick with a drummer. Wanna catch my bad, won't fumble. I done came too far to be humble.